Okay, it is time for me to do a personality check right now. Now, without going into detail, and I've run into this in my life over numerous years, I've accepted the fact that people are different. I have no problem with that. Okay, if you're different, you're different. Whether you accept my differences or whatever, that's the case. But one thing I'm not going to do is, and what I found myself doing, is there are some people that believe in this world that they're the loud wheel that's squeaky. So all they have to do is just make enough trouble and make enough noise and have all eyes on them, and everybody will run to their beck and call, and everybody will jump when they jump. Well, I'm sorry, shit don't work with somebody like me. You come across somebody like me later on, and all of a sudden I'm the bad guy because I won't cater to your bullshit. See, I done peeped you out. These are the people who have been nothing but chaotic and disorganized from the time they came out the womb and ain't did shit about it. They already know what they need to do in their life to make things better, whether it's education-wise, financially, whether it's dealing with people. They already know. They choose not to because they don't give a damn enough about themselves to fix it. And that's what the whole problem is. A lot of these people have very, very fly tempers. Very fly tempers. They'll be nice to an extent, but when they feel they can't have their own way in a situation, or they can't have the upper hand, all of a sudden you see the wrath. And you, as a person that's involved in the situation, whatever it is, you sitting up there looking at them like, why are they going off on me? Why are they acting like such and such? And some of you internalize it and think that it's your fault when the truth is it's not. Those people aren't mad at you. They're mad at themselves because they know they could be doing and acting better than how they're doing and acting right now. They know they could do better. And it could be some of the simplest things. It could be a situation where all they have to do is get a little bit more education and training. It could be a situation where they can go ahead and develop some people skills. It could be a situation where they could move out of a bad neighborhood or start associating with people that stay out of trouble. That's all they have to do. But see, I don't want to do that. They want to stay in that messiness and want to drag as many people as they can into the messiness with them. And it's bullshit. It really is. So what happens is a lot of people, they get so sucked in, and some of it's gradual, into their mess to the point where they feel helpless after a while, and right before you know it, they find themselves worrying more about the situation than the person who's in it. That person's happy-go-lucky, la-di-da, and happy because they got you involved in it, because they figure you got their back no matter what. You've bending over backwards, going out of your way, doing all these things to help them just so they could turn around, get out of the situation, play nice for a little while, and get back into the same mess again. And they go through people. They go through people with this behavior because after a while, people get sick of it. They get sick of the inconsistency. They get sick of the mood swings. They get sick of taking on this huge emotional load for this person who ain't doing shit to curtail their behavior so they can move on. All of a sudden, they find themselves carrying a burden that they didn't even sign up for. So at some point in time, they lose their patience, the light bulb goes off, and they say, to hell with it. But then somebody like me comes along who peeps that shit from jump. Before I even put in time and months and years and all this old foolishness to see you do the same shit over and over again, I'll bounce. And please don't go off on me, because I'm going to tell you exactly the reason why you have the attitude that you have. Very recently, I had somebody call themselves popping off on me because I wouldn't help them get out of the situation that they got involved with again and still didn't learn from. And guess what? I told them, I said, the reason why you're going through this is that if you had you stayed your ass in school and do what you were supposed to do in the first place, you wouldn't have to be having this kind of conversation with me. All of a sudden, they got quiet and went into victim mode. And I said, I got things to do, so I'm going to go. Hang up the phone. Now, yeah. Of course, I'm going to look like the bad guy or whatever. But see, when you stand up for yourself, you're going to look like the bad guy in somebody's eyes somewhere. But one thing I'm not going to do, see, I went ahead and went through what I had to go through. I went back to school and got my papers. I wasn't worried about how much money it was and all that old foolishness. I got as much assistance as I could. I adjusted my schedule as much as I could. And I did sacrifice what I had to sacrifice to get it. I went back and got my papers. Because I knew if I got my papers, I would have more financial opportunities presented to me because I have the additional knowledge and skills, period. And because of that, I'm able to even talk to you guys today because I studied human behavior because I took my ass back to school. But don't turn around and call me because your low-paying job ain't doing shit for you. You're calling me because you don't know how to understand how to budget this and figure out that. That's not my fucking problem. You should have stayed in school to learn this shit. And if you didn't want to stay in school to learn it, you could have took a course some damn where. And I'm saying this, and I know you can sense frustration in my voice because there's just too many grown-ass people that are doing this shit. And then when they get in trouble, they want somebody who has the knowledge and everything else to bail them out. But then when they turn around and they take the time to bail them out, which this person does not have to do, they turn around and bail them out. Then they want to turn around and act like they owe them something. Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. So I say this to say this. Look, if you have a person like that in your life where they don't want to curtail their habits, they don't want to curtail their behaviors, and they want you to keep bailing them out all the time, put the motherfucking brakes on it. And don't worry about what other people think or you being cold-hearted, you're being mean. Detach yourself and save yourself. And that's all I'm going to say. I hope this helps somebody. Peace.